Go on, Jim, you're aching to... We've sat you up the back there.
That's all right. No, I mean, what happened was that in one... in Australia, the way it works is this. You've got two major cities in Australia, Sydney and Melbourne, and for a series of any description to survive, it has to be successful in both cities. And as it happened, it wasn't too successful in Sydney, although it was very successful in Melbourne, and all the other cities around Australia, it was very successful. So they made the decision to can the show, but then Channel 10 decided what a good idea, and they picked it up, and off it went, and look at it now.
And somebody sold it to Britain, and look at it now.
Yes.
Yeah. Gail, Fiona, it's very difficult.
You're doing very well.
I'm working hard on
You're
this.
coping fine.
We do sometimes remark on the kind of wobbling sets.
The wobbling sets,
Oh,
yeah. Well, it doesn't happen too often, but there was a time when in one scene in Gail and Paul's house, when you go up the staircase, the wall, one of the walls tends to wobble a bit. And there was a scene, especially when you walk up the stairs, and there was a scene I had to go up the stairs, and it was wobbling, and I said, oh, look, is there any way we can stop it wobbling? Because I thought it might look a bit noticeable. And so they said they'd do something, and anyway, we did the take, and I went up the stairs, and that was sort of the end of my bit in the scene, and I looked round the corner, and there were the three props people holding the wall up like this with their arms up against
So
it.
you
It
have
was
to be
really
careful,
funny.
careful how you slam the door,
Yeah.
you kind of nudge an elbow.
Yeah, but I mean, all sets like that, they get taken in and out so much that,
Yes.
yeah.
I know, you should see this one.
Yeah.
Actually, this is new.
I was just going to say, so you're talking about getting a set from Australia. Oh, I saw that in a shop here the other day.
Well, this has...
No, the jug down there, the jug.
The jug, well,
Yeah.
the jug maybe, but the rest of it, I promise you, is yours. You didn't know, you see. You don't know it's not there.
Was it on the
'cause you're
same
here.
plane?
Hmm?
Was it on the same plane?
In the hold. It's rather nice, I must say. It could do with a good polish, actually. But it's sent from Mrs. Mangle. Paul, I gather it's all going to get saucier. That's what they
What, the
tell me.
show?
Yes. And you are leading the way in sauciness. That's what they say.
Well, some more stories, guys. No, the Neighbours can't get saucy. Come on, let's get serious. That's probably the best thing about our show, and the reason it's popular not just here, but in Australia as well, and now in Europe as well, is the fact that we're not into rapes and murders and hot sex all over the screen and this, that, and the other.
What do you mean you're committing adultery at the moment?
Oh, all right, okay.
My grandson committing adultery.
Well, he's getting quite close to it. Not that we ever see it, but you know, I mean, because you're 18 months, we're 18 months behind you.
Is
aren't
this
we?
Crystal you're talking about?
Crystal.
I don't
the
know what
blonde
her name is,
hair
blonde girl, and
Oh,
you've been
yeah.
kissing in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's not, and Lucy is frightfully upset. Jane, you haven't spoken, Jane. You've suddenly turned into a kind of glamour boss.
Yes, well, Jane has, yes.
Jane has turned into a glamour. Well, you were always a glamour boss.
Not a glamour puss, no.
But are you? I mean, it has leaked out here again that Kylie Minogue is leaving, isn't she? And
Yes.
so you're being kind of groomed.
Well, no, not as such. That's
Helen's shaking her
the
head.
papers
Anne's
say,
shaking
but it's never a conscious thing that was ever decided by anyone on our end, no.
What do you think of Kylie leaving and becoming a pop star?
I think fantastic, good on her. She's doing incredibly well, and
We
we're
all think that.
terribly
Do you?
proud of her.
Yes.
You don't resent that at all.
No,
Why
you-
should we?
No, I know you shouldn't. It's just
Everyone
that,
keeps saying
as you say, inevitably papers run stories like that. And I mean,
Yeah.
let's get the record straight.
Well, the
we-
papers better get their records straight very
Yes.
shortly, because
No,
it
they
is
don't
not
mind,
true.
they don't.
No, not in the slightest.
The thing about it is we're just ultimately proud of the girl.
I mean,
We
it's
really
not
are.
as if someone's going to stay in a series for years and years. At one stage or another, they will move on somewhere else. What they do is, I mean, we wish everyone who leaves the show every success in what they do, and Kylie's, it's
It's
fantastic.
done very well.
Yes, it's
Do you worry about it? Do you worry about typecasting?
It's
They
hard
all-
to say.
all-
You don't know about typecasting, I suppose, until it comes up. And if you can go to an audition for something that you've done after this and show that you can play another part, well, it's basically up to you a lot, I think.
But you're happy
fortunately,
with
I've
your
done a few
part,
things
Alan, Jim.
Well,
Alan.
Oh, no.
yeah, no, I'm very, very happy. I mean, I was happy from the start. I mean, I look at it this way, that people that are casting for other roles, if they haven't got enough imagination to see that an actor's playing that role and an actor can play another role, well, then they shouldn't be casting.
You've taken your trousers down this week.
Have
Did
I?
you know that?
Fine.
Yes, for the female doctor. I can see
Oh.
romance blossoming.
Can you? You reckon someone seeing my buttocks would probably decide they want to have a romance with me?
Well, I can smell it. I can smell it. You've gone quite pink. Why did you think we sat you over the back?
No, I don't know. I was complaining this.
Listen, thank you very much indeed. I'm going to let you relax a minute. Let me just ask the audience to say for you, to you, just for the moment, Annie Jones, Anne Haddy, Stephen Dennis, Fiona Cork, Alan Dale, thank you very much indeed.